Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday. She tells him she's in church, but she doesn't go. Still she's on her knees, and Scotty doesn't know. Oh, Scotty doesn't know. So don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Fiona says she's out shopping, but she's under me and I'm not stopping. 'Cause Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. So don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know.
Hey, what's up everyone? Jerry from StogieReview.com, back to give another video cigar review. And this time around I'm probably reviewing the most talked about cigar, at least on the Twitter and Facebook front, social media wise, and that's the new release from the guys at Crowned Heads, and that's the Four Kicks. There we go. As you know, these are made by Ernesto Perez Carrillo EPC cigars down the Dominican. Features a Ecuadorian grown Habana wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan filler. This is the Corona Gorda size at 5 5/8 inches long with a 46 ring gauge. There's a Robusto coming in at 5x50. There's a Sublime size that comes in at 6x54, and a Pyramid at 6 1/8 by 52. By 52, I was right. So this much talked about, much anticipated release from the guys at Crowned Heads, from Mike Conder, John Huber. As you know, we're not going to go into it, where they came from. It's where they are now and where they're going. That's what's most important. And Four Kicks is supposed to be their first foray, first release, and we'll see how it goes. I've been smoking them non-stop since Draper's got them in on late Thursday, early Friday. I think it was late Thursday. And so that's why I don't have a weekend smoking this spot here, because I spent 3 or 4 days smoking nothing but the different sizes of Four Kicks for this review. So I think all in all, I've gone through at least, let's see, there's 4 sizes, 3 or 4 of each size. So I've pretty much gone through a box worth without actually having to buy an actual box of the Four Kicks. So anyways, enough blabbering, and let's see how this Corona Gorda Robusto, love the size. This is just such a perfect size for me. Anyways, let's see how the Four Kicks Corona Gorda, the CG, performs. All right, just lit up my Corona Gorda size Four Kicks by the folks at Crowned Heads, and off to a really good start. Nice and smooth, slight subtle sweetness there, slight subtle peppery notes there as well. That you kind of feel the tingling, not really, I say pepperiness, but it's really not a peppery flavor. It's more of like a peppery sensation, that tingling on the palate. But you definitely pick up a nice, smooth, subtle sweetness to it. So off to a good start. No problems here on the burn, no problems here on the jaw. And it's, I don't know if you can hear the wind or not, but it's a kind of a blustery evening here in Germantown, Maryland. I like I opened the video, mentioned in the opening of the video, I've smoked all 4 sizes, multiples of all 4 sizes. The Pyramid and the Sublime, the Pyramid ones, all the Pyramid ones just seem to have a terrible draw. Really tight, never really opened up, and just was working really hard to produce a lot of smoke on it, to produce a lot of flavor, and it just wasn't working for me. The Sublime was kind of muddled, in my opinion. Robusto, Corona Gorda, really enjoyed those 2 sizes. Of course, the Corona Gorda being my favorite here. So we're off to a good start here. That's why I chose to review the Corona Gorda size here. Lately, the past couple of months, I've been trying to focus on tasting, sampling every size of a cigar before I pass judgment on it. It's mainly because with like the Osa Sol or the Brick House, which are 2 cigars that I talk a lot about, even the La Traviata Natural and Original and La Traviata Maduro, those are cigars that it really size really matters, and so I talk to people and I make these suggestions, and they say, oh, I tried the Brick House, or I tried the Osa Sol, and it really sucked, and I say, my first question is, well, what size did you try? And it turned out to be not the size that I was smoking. Like the Brick House is the Robusto, the La Traviatas is the Anamato size, the Osa Sols at 52. But anyways, so my past couple reviews, I really found that size makes all the difference, and so I've been trying my hardest to give every size a fair shake, and then the size that that I really relate to, that I think stands out, review that cigar. So anyways, enough blabbering. Like I said, continue on with the Four Kicks Corona Gorda. All right, further along here on my Four Kicks Corona Gorda size by the Crowned Heads, and things are going well. No problems here on the burn, no problems here on the draw. That woodsy flavor is really kicked up, come to the forefront, much more richer. The subtle sweetness is still going strong as well, but you definitely tell this cigar is well made, nice and smooth, nothing overpowering anything, everything gelling well, all the flavors there. The flavors here are gelling well and nice balance to it. So smooth, balanced, draws well, burns well. What more could you ask for? I was talking to Chief Hava about this last night, and it also is something that came up when I was speaking to them at W. Curtis Draper. It has that Cuban-esque appeal to it. And it's not a term I usually use in my cigar review, say something's Cuban-esque. I mean, I think the only cigar that comes to mind when I think of Cuban-esque is the La Riqueza. And La Riqueza by Pete Johnson is one of those cigars I think is the most underrated cigars out there. Underrated cigars that Pete does out there, whatever. It's completely underrated. It's definitely travels under the radar, but I think the Four Kicks meat is on that level of that Cuban-esque appeal to it. It's got that subtle sweetness to it. It's got that rich flavor component, that rich woodsy flavor to it. It burns well, draws well, like I said. I mean, overall, I mean, it's just one of those kind of chill, laid-back cigars that you can just smoke anytime, any place, anywhere. Any place, anywhere. I guess that's redundant, but so far, so good here on the Four Kicks. No complaints. Like I said, I had some issues with some of the bigger ring gauge cigars, with the Sublime and the pyramid size cigars. The Sublime, I know a lot of people on Twitter have been talking about the Sublime, really doing it for them. My Sublimes, for whatever reason, would not stay lit. I mean, I'm not just talking about, I had to touch it up here and there on the burn line. No, I'm talking about 1 minute I'm smoking it and it's puff and smoke, and the next minute I take a puff and it's like cold and I got to relight from the beginning all over again. So that was a frustrating experience. And like I said, with the pyramid, it was just such a tough draw on it. No matter, I thought maybe I wasn't clipping enough off the cap, wasn't opening up, but nothing I tried would fix it. But Robusta size, Corona Gorda size, no problems there whatsoever. Anyways, I'm going to continue on my Four Kicks and check in with you in a bit. All right, about a little more than past the halfway point here on my Corona Gorda Four Kicks by Crowned Heads, and things are going well. No problems here on the burn, no problems on the draw, even though it's a windy day. The cigar is holding its own here. No touch-ups, no relights, nothing like that, nothing whatsoever. It's just doing its thing. Flavor profile still going with that predominantly woodsy flavor, a little bit of a subtle sweetness still there, a little bit of a coffee flavor starting to mix in here and there, keep things in strength, keep things balanced. But I tell you what, the smoothest. I can't think of a cigar, the last cigar I smoked that just had this smooth factor to it. That's just like I can't think of how this cigar can offend anyone. How someone cannot like this cigar. Just a very smooth, very nice, easy, relaxing flavor profile. Yeah, it's just enjoyable on all fronts. So I'm going to sit back, continue to smoke my Four Kicks, and I'll be back in a little bit and wrap this thing up. But I'm sure you can press the stop button now. You know where it's going, but you don't want to. You never know. You never know. I could say something crazy next. So stay tuned. All right, coming to the end here, my Four Kicks Corona Gorda size. And if you're on Twitter and all you do on Twitter is follow nothing but cigar people, I bet you 90% of your feed has something to do with Four Kicks. I mean, it's actually, I've been watching it all weekend since it started hitting shelves late last week, and it's fucking incredible how many people are smoking it. I mean, I know they only made 30,000 cigars. You'd think all 30,000 were smoked this weekend by the amount of tweets talking about Four Kicks and how good it is. So, John Huber's ego's got to be getting like as big as mine. All right. So, Four Kicks CG, just such a beautiful cigar. I mean, I'm going to say it just like that. No problems on the burn, no problems on draw. Like I said, a solid medium to full in body, solid medium in strength. Lots of great flavors, lots of richness, lots of smooth flavors. I mean, it's just that subtle sweetness with that woodsy flavor just can't be beat, in my opinion here. I'd stick with the Corona Gorda size or the Robusto size. Like I said earlier, I had problems, different problems with the Sublime and the Pyramid size guy as well. Maybe go back and revisit those at some point. Not going to completely write those sizes off. Maybe whatever the fuck happened. I don't know. But yeah, Corona Gorda is the perfect size for me. My favorite size of the bunch. Robusto, can't go wrong with that size either. So I don't think, like I said, it'd be kind of hard to find anybody out here who will find this cigar offensive, who's not going to like this cigar. I mean, it's got a little something in there for the newbies, a little something in there for the experienced guys. It's just a perfect, well-balanced, really well-executed cigar. And you look at all the people involved in this, and it's not surprising. I mean, when you have Ernesto Perez Carrillo in your corner, and then you have the creativity of John Huber and Mike Conder and their experiences, how could you go wrong, right? And this just shows you how when great minds come together and work on something, what they can produce is like I said, just beautiful. So check it out. See if you find it. Like I said, it's available in 66 shops available. You can find it in 4 different sizes. Check it out. I think the Corona Gorda size ran me like $8.65 plus tax here in Maryland. So give it a go. Like I said, I don't think anybody here is gonna bitch about it. It's a very, very impressive, very beautiful cigar. So that's it. Until next time, as always, long fucking asses.